Hello, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. So, today we're going to discuss something a little different. It's still with the mommy sector, but we're going to see what some of these mommies have in common. These mommies are head of households, watching over kids, YouTube videos, online hustling, scamming, and begging. And what do all these women have in common? There is a man in the house. There's a man in the house that's not pulling his weight. The man is being pampered, treated like a princess, put on a pedestal, and they don't even do the bare minimum. They do nothing. They do nothing. What's the point of being in a relationship or having a man when you're still doing everything by yourself on your own and you're having an extra mouth to feed that can feed himself? Someone who was grown enough to go and provide for the whole household. These women have, maybe all except for one, have bought their significant others cars, a truck. I mean, they're getting paid to be in the videos, getting paid to watch their kids. You know, um, some of them have been caught tiptoeing in the tulips, in the streets, out and about, having kids outside of the relationship that they're currently in, and the women deciding to stay. These women don't understand that these men, the men that they're with, they are not respecting them. They lost all respect for these women the minute they gave them money. You never give a man money. You never buy a man a car. What my great grandmother always told me, you never buy a man shoes because he's going to use those shoes to walk right on out the door. One of the guys got his F-150 and drove off. But we just want to get straight to it. Keesha Kaylee and Jeremy, first on the chopping block. Keisha showered this man with 25 gifts, and they weren't even together. Moved the man into her house, and they weren't together. She was basically a side chick. Not even a side chick. She wasn't a main chick. She was one of many. She knew that. Got pregnant and kind of forced Jeremy to be there. It was a paid relationship. In her mind, turned something serious, allegedly. But, I mean, what have we seen Jeremy do for Keisha? We've seen Keisha get this man how many cars? How many cars has Keisha got this man? And he's wrecked 2 of them? And now he supposedly has 2 more cars? Yeah. What sense does that make? This man stepped out on Keisha, been stepping on her throughout the whole relationship. He's a deadbeat father with the kids that he lives with. And he only shows his kids off when his son is in the picture. And his son is who was born and conceived while him and Keisha was in a relationship. And Keisha is, that's my man. I'ma stick beside him. Like somebody wants Jeremy like Jeremy's a prize. Jeremy's not a prize, baby. He's not a prize. He's a bum. Because what happens when you turn 65 and it's time to retire? Keisha, you got money put away because you took out a second mortgage. There's 2 of y'all in the household and you have a free babysitter, your mother. Ain't no way that your man should be not working. There's no way you should have had to take out a second mortgage on a house that you have not had for 2 years. That's just ridiculous. You take out a second mortgage, you go to Disney World, he gets another car, you guys are just splurging. You need to be mindful with your money. You shouldn't took out the second mortgage. You're just even more in debt. There's nothing that you're getting over. You liquidated the assets in your house. I believe that is the correct term. I know you liquidated something, and I believe when you go to sell your house won't be worth as much money because there are two mortgages out on the house. But guess what happens? When you go to sell the house, you still have to pay whatever you sell it for, you still have a debt you have to pay. You still got to pay the second mortgage. It makes no sense to me. No sense. You have a man in the house that you said owns 2, 3 Airbnbs. Where's the money at then? He is in there. Keisha is funding everything, funding him going to go hang and play with his friends. That's what he's doing. He's being a kid. He's out in the streets with his friends doing hood rat shit. Makes no sense. Next on the chopping block, we have Peach and Wood. Peach and Wood are married. Peach has to pay Wood to watch his kids. Peach has to make Wood go and record for YouTube or shorts on Instagram, even though I'm pretty sure everything is still in Peach's name and all the money is going to Peach. Wood has had multiple kids on Peach. Peach just doesn't acknowledge his kids, but they're still there. There's, I think, one he had before they got together, but then I think that's the only one she will acknowledge. She's not going to acknowledge the ones that he had while they were together. But I'm pretty sure there's more that she doesn't know about. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Wood is a bum. He's this, he's that, and da 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 da. She drags him all over the internet. He's still there. You know why? Because he has no respect for her nor himself. He is there and he is getting a free ride and he doesn't have to do any work but let her make a fool of him, which more or less make her look very stupid. It just makes her look worse than him. That's all that does. Is he gets to sit up and gamble, he gets to do this and do that, and he's paid. Nah, bruh. No. Didn't she buy Wood a truck too? Didn't she buy him a brand new truck? And what is he doing? In these streets? Skipping sheets? Like, come on. He's skipping from sheet to sheet to sheet. Anything with tulips in between her legs, he's going after it. It wouldn't be me. That right there wouldn't be me. Then after that, we got Jasmine and Chris. Chris has never, in his mind, him and Jasmine have never been in a relationship. Chris has just needed somewhere to sleep. In Jasmine's mind, they were in a relationship, and because she got pregnant, Legendary proved that they were in a relationship. No, bro, that proves that y'all were fooling around and you gave him somewhere to sleep. As you took care of him, somehow you didn't have any money for food. You don't never have money. Y'all couldn't even buy the baby a car seat. Couldn't keep the baby's helmet on. Poor thing. He still needs his helmet. Like you just failed all your kids. You put everything Legendary this, Legendary that. Because you're with Chris, you failed Legendary too. Because of Chris. You're trying to keep up with Chris instead of taking care of your baby and taking care of the other 4. Taking care of all 5 of your kids. All 5 of them are yours. You know what Chris is? Chris is a bum because he has 3 previous kids that he doesn't take care of. So, Jasmine, what does that tell you? You are not going to have any help with Legendary. And at this moment, I don't even think Jasmine and Chris are together because Jasmine has taken all of Chris's pictures, I think, except for one, off of Instagram. There's no pictures there of Chris. So it might be safe to say that they're not together, but what Jasmine is going to do is pretend that they are still together to make it look good for YouTube, like she did with Philip. That's all she's doing right about now. She's buying some time. That's why she's crying. But right there, prime example, you bought him the F-150. He could at least stay with you a year after you bought it. He was gone not too long after you bought him that truck. You should have never bought him the truck. That's first and foremost. Should have never bought him the truck. You're happy out of all this time y'all been together and all the money you spent for him on him and everything else, all your birthdays, Christmas, Mother's Day, that has all passed, and he has not got you nothing. On a random day, he bought you some discounted shoes from the outlet, and you have the nerve to brag about it, and he is still nowhere there. You did all that bragging about people being mad that Chris bought you a pair of shoes, bought Legendary a pair of shoes. It looks like that's the second pair of shoes that Legendary, someone has actually bought him, and it wasn't a subscriber or it wasn't a promo. I don't understand it. I don't. You put Chris on such a high pedestal and he embarrassed you like fuck on camera. And he did. Side-eyed you, disrespected you, gave you all type of looks, and laughed at you in your face on live. That's worse than Keisha and Jeremy. I actually know what, I don't know. Because Jeremy kind of blatantly, Keisha knows about everyone that Jeremy's with. So I don't know which one's more disrespectful. But it's all up there and it's all stuck. I'm going to put it that way. It just ain't right. And then, last but not least, you got Wineglass and Bae. Why did Wineglass get on the internet to say her and the kids are going to a homeless shelter while Bae goes to his mom's house? Why don't all you guys go to your mom's house? Why is Bae not working? You are getting ready to be homeless and everything else. You're on the internet crying, doing the most. Where is Bae at? Because the last I remember, Bae don't have a job. Bae does not have a job. And apparently, I think you know what, I'm going to just be quiet on that part. But Wineglass, it looks like you don't have a job neither. You guys know how to work the system. You were in apartment or complex and you hated it, you complained about it and everything else and how you just wanted to move. And so now they're not renewing your lease. How come they're not renewing your lease? Were you late on payments? Constantly late on payments and they decided not to renew it? You said your credit is bad. Girl, I'm going to be honest. Even if your credit is bad, you will still get approved. You will have a high deposit, but you will still get approved. You mean by now all these places that you went to, and mind you, you're putting in application after application. These applications are starting at $25 and goes up to $65 or more just to put in an application for an apartment, townhouse, whatever. They're expensive. So you have to put an application for you and Bae. And some places you still have to pay an administrative, I believe that's what that is, administrative fee, which is another $100 just to put in the application. And all of it's non-refundable. And some ain't right. Either you guys do not have the funds, you guys don't have the money, which is what I believe it is, a mix of credit, and you just flat out don't have the money. And instead of you saving your money as I saw you had your hair done or went and got your nails done and did stuff like that. Girl, you're getting ready to be homeless and you're taking yourself out for self care. No, find somewhere to live. Why isn't your man finding somewhere to live? Why are you doing everything, Wineglass? Why? Why are you doing everything? Bae can't even stay home and watch the kids because every time you're on live, you have the baby with you. So what is Bae doing? Are you and Bae even still together? Because we haven't seen Bae in a long time. So in my mind, what I'm starting to think is Bae said, bye, 10-10 in the wind, I'm gone. Let me know when you find somewhere to move and I can just move right back in with you. Because in one of your videos, I believe you did say Bae cheated. It was a while ago. Maybe about a year ago, I think. You said Bae cheated. How we know Bae still ain't cheating? Why isn't Bae out there hustling? You said Bae make music. How come he's not in the studio making music, trying to get a record deal? Why are you talking about? Oh, Bae went to go take his friend home. He asked if I wanted to ride with him, but I told him no. I'ma just stay here. That story made no sense at all. You was on live. How long? How long was you on live and Bae never came back? How was you gonna go along when you had to take all the kids with? So you was gonna just pile up all the kids to go with Bae. So I'm sorry. Bae wanted you to pile up all the kids in the car to go with him to drop his friend off. Why are you packing the apartment by yourself? Just like when you were cleaning by yourself. Wineglass is trying to pull a Jasmine. That's what she's trying to do. And it looks like Wineglass is almost following her to a T, except that Jasmine makes more money, of course, than what Wineglass makes. But another thing all these mommies got in common, priorities. All their priorities are jacked up. Instead of their kids being first, they put their men above their kids. When you put your man above your kids, first of all, you need to be married. We know Peach and Wood are married, but you need to be married. Second of all, when you put your man above your kids, it's because he's taking care of the household. He's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. You don't have to lift a finger for nothing. The kids are taken care of because you're taking care of the kids. So when he comes home, he's first priority because the kids are already taken care of. That's what I'm not understanding. What are these men doing but taking your money, bringing you down, making you broke and look crazy on the internet? Your guys are so-called influencers. You're influencing your audience like this. You're influencing your kids are there. Your kids are watching. They're going to think this is okay. Peach and Wood don't show much of their dynamics. Peach doesn't show her kids, so I don't know what her kids know, what they don't know. I know the oldest knows some stuff, but he knows it might all just be a skit. It could just all be a skit with Peach and Wood. 1 minute she's filing for divorce, and she's going down there filing the paperwork because she knows that YouTube sleuths are going to pull up documents, so she has to follow through. It's dysfunctional, but people like to play with their relationships like that. But mainly Keisha, Jasmine, and Wineglass, y'all three, y'all have kids. You guys have daughters. Jasmine and Wineglass, you guys have daughters. I think Wineglass got one daughter, but you guys have sons. The thing is, do you guys want your daughters to act just like you and doing everything they can to take care of a man as he steadily brings them down and you're watching them slowly sink? Do you want your sons to be just like the man that they're around and find a nice young lady and drain the life out of her? You guys are not just influencers, so-called influencers on YouTube, but your kids are watching everything and they're going to follow because they are absorbing and they think it's normal. They think it's normal to take care of a man. It's not normal to take care of a man. I wish these men would get their masculine energy back and these females would sit back and sit pretty in their feminine era. That's what I want. That's what I need to see. I need these mommies to start being truthful and stop telling so many lies. Boring vlogs, boring live streams. Maybe you guys need to take, well, we know Keisha likes to watch, what's her name? Peyton. But I think Jasmine would do better watching Peyton. I really do. But there's another one, and I can't think of her name right now. I'll probably pin it in the comments when I can think about it. But there's another mommy vlogger I watch from time to time, and I like her. Sorry, y'all. I had a phone call. Someone called, but her name, I believe, is McKenna Walker. She's pretty cool, too. I like her. And then there's a girl with this pretty chocolate skin. I know her name. I don't remember. I believe she is Nigerian, but she has this pretty chocolate skin, and she kind of reminds me of, her style of vlogging is almost like Paint Marie Charles, where she does like the fragrance and she's all in the fragrances. I'll find it and I'll probably put in a community post if anyone is interested and want to check it out. But these mommy vloggers need to look around YouTube. If they need to be influenced, they need to find other influencers to influence, to use for influence. If you guys get what I'm saying, it came out wrong. But it's ridiculous. I've never seen so many women take care of men. I've never seen so many men happy to be laid up and be well taken care of like a female. If a man gets, put it this way, the way I see it is, if someone wants to come up and attack you, your man is not going to defend you. He can't even protect it. He can't even take care of his household. How's he going to come and protect you? How? He's looking at the woman to do all the leads. So who is he going to hide behind, or is he going to run? He ain't going to talk to no man. He ain't going to defend his family. He's not going to do none of that. He won't sit there and let her ride and let his family, his kids, and himself all get disrespected because he don't know what it's like to be a man. He's a kept man. All of them are kept men. Don't have to lift a finger, get pampered like a princess, get cars just for showing up and maybe coming home at night. They don't even have to come home every night. Shoot. At least back in the day when men was cheating, at least they came home to their girlfriends or their wives, fiancés every night. They were home every night. I don't know what type of backward society we live in, but some of these mommies, some of these women need to get it together. We're not taking care of men. We are not taking care of men. We're not prioritizing men over top of our kids. Our kids come first. And what I've noticed also with these four mommies, not with all of them, but with few, kids have disabilities that are being ignored. Kids are behind because mommy is so far up, their significant others behind, that the kids are falling to the wayside and they're suffering and they're not thriving because these women, instead of prioritizing their kids, they're prioritizing their men. They want things to be aesthetically pleasing oh, my kids are in this, or my kids are going to do this, or blah, 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 blah. Kids are doing nothing. Keisha got her kids in cheer, but at the same time, the kids, not just her, I'm not just speaking about her, but these mommies need to prioritize their kids. Take them to their doctor's visits like they're supposed to. They claim, oh, well, that's personal. We're not vlogging it. No, yes, you are going to vlog it because you need content. Who's not going to record a trip to the doctor's office? Even if it's a short or a reel on Instagram. We saw reels of kids going to the dentist, but no reel of them going to the doctor's office. But, I mean, that's all I got to say for now. I'll be back with another one.